Smokepurpp artists we all know. One who came into the game with his homeboy Lil Pump, but as the years went on, he would slowly go more and more into Lil Pump's shadow. I'm Prince and make videos on really anybody I want to, and today we talking about an artist who went from dropping music to X to being clowned on by the whole gang. Smokepurpp, who at one point went by the name Lil Home Invasion, grew up in Florida, and at first he was just a producer. He'd be cooking up beats every day, no problem. Till that changed. A problem would come. Nobody was buying the beats. So he got to thinking, damn, I'm wasting my time. So he started to come up with something else. So he went from producing the music to recording the music. So came out, dropped his first single. It was okay. Dropped his second one. Had an X feature on it. That still did okay. Because at the time, they wasn't really known yet. But you're probably wondering, how did he even get X on the song? Basically, they had grew up in the same area and knew a lot of the same people. And eventually, they got connected. Because if you go look, it's old songs with X and Lil Pump and X and Smokepurpp. Like, they go way back. But for a minute, Purpp was just dropping music, doing his thing until he started going crazy for real. It was at a point where he had to drop out of school. He was making money. And what he ain't know was that decision to drop out of school was gonna change his life. 2017 come around, he still dropping music. But this year was different. March 2017 came around and he came out telling the world he finally signed. And really looking at it, it was only a matter of time before it happened, because leading up to this moment, he was really pulling numbers. He was doing videos with Lyrical Lemonade. His SoundCloud songs was going up. Bro was going crazy. Then on top of that, 2017, he was just doing festivals, teasing tapes, really building up hype for himself. And it got to a point where Travis Scott was even bringing him out to perform. But on the topic of Travis Scott, Smokepurpp and Travis Scott would have a weird relationship. So Travis was really feeling Purpp music back in the day. It was in talks with signing, bro. He was like, yo, you hard, I gotta get you on the label. And keep in mind, this before the Cactus Jack we know today. This was when it was just starting up. He barely had anybody under the label. Purpp said first day he met him, he told Travis, I want to end up on Cactus Jack. Travis told him, nigga, pick that chain up. So like I said, he was in talks with Cactus Jack all the way back in 2017. But it was one problem. People was thinking Smokepurpp music was trash. They was looking at Travis like, you really finna sign him? You got songs with Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar. You done had hits. And you trying to sign Smokepurpp. But for months after this, Smokepurpp was cooling. Until he made a mistake he probably still regret to this day. Remember back in November 2017 when Lil Peep ended up passing away from a drug overdose. And when he did, the whole world was really on this anti-drug wave and everybody was just going against drugs, including one artist, Russ. For his whole career, he was always against drugs. And this situation was just another moment for him to really be against the drugs. And so after Lil Peep passed away, he took to Twitter just typing up abusing Xanax and other pills, etc. In private, because you depressed / other mental issues is one thing, still not good. But constantly recording yourself doing drugs, putting up pics and videos of you doing it, when you start choosing to publicly glorify it and make it an end. A difficult time finding a correlation between being depressed and abusing drugs. I do, however, find it difficult to find a correlation between depression and publicly promoting your drug use over and over again via pics and videos. I could be wrong, but discussion should be had. And after Russ just was spamming all these tweets, you know who responded to it. That's why we talking about him. Smokepurpp. He responded and said, shut up, you a bitch. And what Smokepurpp ain't know was that this was finna start a war, a delayed war. Like Smokepurpp kept going on. Don't ever use someone deaf to make yourself look cool or as an example. Lame. I just want you to keep this situation in the back of your head. It's gonna be real important later on. But after this, he was still doing his thing, just dropping more and more music. It was even dropping songs with Travis Scott. But even though he was doing good, it was another person who ain't like how he was moving. And it's gonna be real familiar if you watch my last video, Waka Flocka. So for some context on this, back in 2017, Lil Pump and Smokepurpp was online just screaming FJ Cole and just trolling. And at one point even made a diss track just saying FJ Cole, and it was going viral. But this just goes back to why Waka Flocka dissed him in the first place. So I reposted that interview of Smokepurpp just talking about the whole situation, why they said what they said and why they did it. And when Waka seen the post, he had to let it be known how he felt. He commented and said, he a lame, say anything I'm sending, and he added one of his artists. So it seeming like he was throwing the threat up in the air. He was on time. The Smokepurpp controversy streak keep going. Barely a month later, he was at South by Southwest. In the first few days, it was cool. Until the last day of the fest, this producer and Purpp started getting into it, because these two wasn't no strangers. They got beef going back a minute. So about a year before this, producer Syph got on Twitter talking about Purpp. Lil Purpp finessed me, helped me get my money back. But fast forward to when they both at South by Southwest, Syph seen him and was still mad about the money he said Smokepurpp owed him. So he walked up on him and they get to talking. It don't take long for it to turn into more than talking. They get to arguing, screaming at each other, getting ready to fight. And it's at a festival, so everybody got their phones out and it started getting posted everywhere. And Safe came out saying what happened. Yo, I asked Smokepurpp about my 2 beds I sent him. Down here at South by Southwest, he got mad, said what he shoulda did, but he ain't do nothing. But Purpp wasn't finna let brothers talk. He got online and responded, saying his side of the story.
We go outside, show's over, so now we're just standing outside, we're chilling. This Beats by Safe, let me remind y'all, I don't know if y'all remember when I got hacked and they changed my username and they took away my verification. Well, he DM'd my Twitter at that time and somebody scammed him for like $2,000. First of all, a verse from me is $25,000. I don't know what 2,000 would even get you ad-libs. So whatever. I guess he got scammed. I told him, I'm like, yo, that wasn't me, bro. I don't know why you would DM me. Wasn't even my username. So this comes up to me, like, yo, Purpp, I just want to apologize about all that. Right now I'm geeked on my mind. I'm off the lean. I'm off perks. I'm smoking. So this comes up to me as I'm outside, talking about, Purpp, I'm so sorry, bro. I don't want no beef. I'm so sorry, bro. It was all a misunderstanding, Purpp. Please, bro. No beef, bro. And I'm like, and I'm just looking at this, and I don't even know who this nigga is. And I'm like, I'm just staring at this nigga. What's your name, bro? Like, I'm Beats by Safe. That's where the video starts, where he's like, I'm Beats by Safe. And that's when y'all hear me. I should beat your ass right now. I grabbed his shirt. His shirt ripped because he was running back so hard. I was holding on to his shirt so hard. This shirt ripped. And I'm like, come here, let's fade, nigga. You can fade. You can do whatever you want. This ran down the alley. This nigga ran down the alley on some shit.
What do y'all think? Because why would it make sense for Purpp to scam him out of 2 racks? And I say this because Purpp had already signed a deal at this time. He had already been doing festivals, all type of shows. So he had money in his pocket. And at the same time, Safe is known as being a clout chaser. He one of them producer niggas who be spamming in famous people comments. And he done got blocked on multiple occasions. But past this little beef, Purpp couldn't stop trolling. He had a show where him and Pump had the whole crowd screaming FJ Cole. Cause earlier during the year, J. Cole dropped a diss track responding to the FJ Cole song. 1985. Even though he was acting like this though, he still became an XXL freshman during 2018. He was on the cypher with Block Boy JB and Lil Pump. But eventually all that negativity he was putting out came right back at him. Remember when he dissed Russ? Well, that finally came back around. And one day out of the blue, Russ was having an interview and he said something that went viral. We caught one of them at a festival. If they respond, they know what time it is. We got the video too. I'll leak the video and get your ass beat. Don't make me play the internet game. Have you humiliated. And just a few days later, Russ will really drop that footage. And it was crazy. He dropped a clip of Purpp just getting jumped by security. I'm talking about it was bad. They was punching on him, picking him up. They was doing bro bad. I would show y'all the video, but YouTube would definitely age restrict the video. You probably go look it up though. But Purpp ain't like this. He was mad because Russ made it seem like he himself personally came out and put the beats on the whole time. It was a group of big, buff, tall niggas. It was his security. It was a group of them. And you know, Purpp wasn't finna go outside like that. He got on IG Live responding.
Russell did not touch me. We all know if me and Russ went heads up, I'll beat the brakes out of Russ. I'll beat the out of Russ. And y'all can set it up, real talk. Me and Russ go heads up, I'll beat the out of Russ. So this happened at Splash Festival, right? I go, I use the bathroom, I come out the bathroom. There's like 7 big ass, 7, 8, maybe more. I don't know how many of them. It was a couple of them. I ain't never seen these dudes in my life ever. So I come out the bathroom and one of the dudes is like, "You good?" So where I'm from, if somebody asks you, you good, you know, it's beef. You know what I'm saying? It's beef. So I come out the bathroom, it's like 7, 8 dudes standing right outside the bathroom. You good? I'm like, I'm good. You good? So I start seeing like more dudes behind them. It's a whole bunch of, you You know, I ain't never seen these niggas in my life. So I don't know if these niggas is out to get my chain. I don't know what they trying to do. You know, I don't know if they just trying to jump me. I don't know what's going on. You know? I'm fighting all these by myself. I'm fighting all these by myself. It's me by myself. I'm with nobody. Nobody. I don't have a friend with me. I don't got no security with me. I don't give a if it was 30 years, 20 years, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing. I would have still fought all of them. So that's what I did. I fought all of them by myself. Russ, you for trying to make it seem like you did anything, cause you know if me and you went heads up, I'll beat the brakes on you, bitch. You like 5'2". I'll choke slam you. What you talking about, nigga?
Now look, for Russ to come on that interview acting like he personally put the beats on him, it's crazy. Will Russ really beat him in a one-on-one? I don't know, but what I do know is this situation had the whole world laughing at Smokepurpp. Literally, every side of the internet was joking on him. And from this moment forward, he would slowly step back from the game. It was just so much happening to him at the same time. After he dissed J. Cole dropped a diss track on him. Then he got beat up by a rapper everybody hated at the time. But the biggest thing was the music. It wasn't able to hold him off. But what would be the final straw would be something that happened just last year. Smokepurpp got a call to do a show. He like, all right, about to get this bag, I'm gonna pull up. He was just thinking it was gonna be a regular show, but it wasn't. The whole venue was empty. He came out to perform, and it was like 20 people max in the crowd. And when this clip touched down on the internet, it started going viral. Had the whole internet clowning him again. Smokepurpp had a show tonight in Boston that was so dead, the fans decided to leave before he even got on stage. Smokepurpp's show last night in Boston was a disaster. Just to clarify, it wasn't the promoter's fault, it wasn't the DJ's fault, it wasn't the venue's fault. I added a screenshot of the story if you want to read about what happened. So after this, bro just posted a long essay really talking about what happened. And I'm not finna read all that. I'm gonna give y'all a brief explanation. They basically said he came out on stage. He didn't perform none of his songs. It was just Deuce World, Lil Peep, X songs playing. And after he just let these songs go by, he must have realized the crowd was dead. So he dropped the mic and walked off the stage. And what happened next had people really looking at him crazy. Fans saying Smokepurpp ditched his meet and greet for the strip club and denying them photos. So at this point, they saying he just dropped the mic on stage, left, and went to the strip club because there wasn't no people in the crowd. Bro, I asked Smokepurpp for a photo next to his tour bus, and he straight up said no. Now I wish I didn't roast him in the video. It was like bro was adding on to the hate, but at the same time, he would come out saying that none of that was true and that his shows was really popping. Even though the clip was out showing it was like 20 niggas in the crowd, but he was getting the bag, I guess. But really, ever since then, he just been quiet. He dropped some singles here and there, but he ain't dropped the project since 2020. And we almost in 2024. If he do drop today, who knows how it would sell? People really did start to forget about him. Similar to the artist from my last video, Lil Xan. This man went from having a hit to nearly being jumped by Tupac fans after he said his music was trash. To remember what I said earlier in the video about Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka was even dissing. That video is on screen right now.